Hey everybody, Ark Nova here.
And Focus Heal.
And we are freezing our ass off. Also being knocked the fuck out. I woke up to the all familiar sight of Nozomi sitting right in front of me. Every time we've been knocked out, Nozomi's just been conveniently here when we woke up.
Right.
3 times.
Right. Something's wrong.
Like, I don't want to suspect her, but I'm getting a little suspicious. It was deja vu time. She noticed right away that I was awake and leapt to her feet with an ear-piercing scream. She scuttled frantically around the bed. Okay. Anyway. What day is it today? Day 39. I fainted on the night of day 27, so I've been out for 11 days. Yes, we're all almost out of energy feeding drips. Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27 and my old wound didn't reopen. Nozomi regarded me with a somber look on her face as I mumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. We think you may have the fainting disease. Fainting disease. Also known as psychogenic pseudosyncope. A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong psychological shock or stress. Like that is in fact a real thing. Like your mind just blows out. I have a disease like that? Yes, after what happened to Shoma and Kako on day 27. Your mind suffered a heavy blow, and even though you somehow made it to nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind completely shut down just like that. How could you tell that I had this disease? This is the 3rd time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness. Well, the first time I was fucking stabbed. Heavily. Almost died. 2nd time, I overdid the work, and I was out. This didn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain, using the Biomax diagnosis function. I don't remember contracting any disease like that. This is what the machine's analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely to develop as after effect. Treatment on damaged parts of my brain? I don't know what exactly happened. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening and doesn't affect your cognitive functions or your judgment. So that part's nothing to worry about, at least. Easy for you to say. This means I can faint again if something stressful happens, right? Yes, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Alright, so...
Oh, maybe it's because we did the thing. Like, we didn't act like that the first time. But now that we're
to be fair, none of our friends were getting perma-killed the first time because we had the Revival-matic.
That's true, too.
So, no level of stressful things were happening like this, having to suspect all of us who might be the killer, who won't be the killer. But, so, obviously this is kind of how they're handling it, but it's interesting that they're choosing this. Like, choosing to give him this disease in this particular timeline. Because obviously they're not going to make us go through the full 100 days 100 fucking times. So we skipped ahead 13 days, and another 2, then another 11, so...
Yeah.
Because this fainting disease, we're just skipping 10% of the 100 days each time.
Right, yeah, you're right.
To get us to the final day of the final ending.
Oh, you're right, because they're probably, because our entire thing is we're trying to figure out who the killer is, and so they don't want to extend that out to the actual, full 100 days.
Yeah, because, that was long.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
As long as we make sure nothing too stressful happens again. So, has anything changed? Changed? Have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out? No, we haven't made any progress in that area. The unknown killer remains at large and we don't have a single clue to follow. Did Tsubasa not successfully make the organic life detection device? Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're still alive at least. What about Shoma and Ina? Shoma's regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't know who stabbed him.
Which I find hard to believe because he was stabbed in the chest.
Yeah.
What?
You can ask him about it for yourself later. And Ima? He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said too much to us. Just a word or two when we deliver food to him. Needless to say, he didn't fight the defensive battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Dotami sat out of the battle as usual. Are those 3 still suspicious of me? Yes, they seem to think you're the most likely suspect. But even if But even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SDU. That's what those three believe. I gotta do laundry tomorrow. That's what I gotta do. Zoe and I headed to the cafeteria together, where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Dadami were gathered. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake," or "Thank goodness." Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. The reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. That was the third time I'd woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least that's what I thought. It turned out they had another reason to be despondent. The dark, gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play here. So she did make the life detection device. Maybe. And so she's probably just going to tell us, and us alone, that the life detection device detected 13 organic life forms. 12 members, plus Ava.
Yeah.
I finished breakfast and went back to her room soon after Tsubasa came a knocking. You saw how dejected everyone seemed just now, right? Want to know why? Sure. She pulled out something from behind her bag. What's this? The organic life detection device. Oh, right, you finished it. 5 days ago, yeah. Now I wish I hadn't. Why not? Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows. She turned the device on as she spoke. 13. Yep, the total number of life forms in this academy. That's all of us, including Ava. Which means there are no outsiders in this school, and the culprit really is one of us. Yeah, that's what everyone believes now. Except for me and Nozomi, that is. You two still think it was an outsider that did it? I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right? The possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself not to voice those doubts. Anyway, that's why everyone's so down. Basically, it's because they're all suspicious of one another. This isn't going to end well. Without trust, we won't be able to put up a united front during the next defensive battle. Can't you do something, Takumi? I'll do what I can to help out as well. Just tell me what you need. Oh, I just remembered. I finished that other thing you asked me to make a while ago, too. What thing? You know, the remote detonator that'll trigger the bomb in Ava's body. I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body with her consent, of course. Tsubasa rummaged through her pocket and took something out that looked like a remote control. I took it and gripped it tightly in my hand, but not too tightly that I accidentally pressed the button. Thanks, this puts me at ease. I'll probably add Ava to the team starting the next battle. Yeah, that should help out our combat power. Problem is getting the others to trust her. Oh, well, I've done my part. The rest is up to you. With that, she left the room. Up to me, huh? How should I do this? What was it Tsubasa said before? The killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma. To be honest, I didn't think they did. I had no concrete proof, but everything that had happened so far felt like a part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating. At the very least, I was convinced the culprit wasn't going to stop at Shoma stabbing. In that case, excluding myself, the killer must be one of the other 12 students at this academy. No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hideko, Tsubasa, and Takimaru and Ava were also innocent, that leaves just 7 suspects. Dadami, Nozomi, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Moka, Ima, and Kudara. I never really choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have a choice right now. I won't gain everyone's trust until I identify the real culprit, and if I don't have their trust, the SDU would fall apart and everyone would be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent that from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer. You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi. Oh yeah, you're not here because some fucking future evil from day wherever on timeline whenever is fucking melting you. That was what the boy with the undying flame said. He must have known something like this would happen. At any rate, this was the only way of resolving all this that I could think of. I have to find the culprit no matter what. I clenched my fists and resolved to devote myself to the investigation. Alright, back to info gathering. I rang the doorbell. No answer. I tried the doorknob, but it was locked. Ima, I know you're inside. Can we talk?
Why?
I'm trying to track down the culprit, but I need something to go on. At that, a voice called out from the other side of the door. You're awake, Mr. Sumino. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you. Come on, there's got to be something. You see, I'm suspicious of you, too. I think you may have been the one who killed my dear sister. What are you talking about? I didn't kill her, and in the first place, Kako, she killed herself. Is that what you're trying to say? A preposterous suggestion. There was absolutely no reason for my dear sister to do such a thing. She had no worries, no sorrows. Even if she did develop any, she would have told me about them. My dear sister did not kill herself. I have no doubt she was murdered. Like I told you just now, I suspect that the killer may have been you, Mr. Sumino. The only reason I haven't exacted vengeance yet is because I'm not completely sure it was you. Accidentally killing the wrong person would be playing right into the hands of the real culprit. But I might lose my sense of reason if we continue to speak much longer. Can you please leave now while I'm still in my right mind? I could sense that prolonging the conversation would lead to nowhere. Ema refused to respond to any further attempts to talk. Okay. Oh, you girls are all together, all chilling. So do I have to talk to you one-on-one? Or will you just give me the floor? Oh, you're still in the cafeteria. Don't talk to us now. We are in the midst of a very serious discussion. Nozomi just refuses to listen to reason. What's the discussion about? I still don't believe the culprit is one of us. I'm trying to tell everyone to stop being so suspicious of each other. You saw the device's total for the number of life forms in the school. Yes, but that doesn't prove the crimes were inside jobs. The culprit must have fled outside the wall of fire after stabbing Shoma. And we're trying to tell you that is not possible. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a killer would stab like your victims. They clearly said they wanted to kill everyone, both in the tape recording and the first message. But I just can't. Takumi, say something. Well, I stammered hard because I was more in line with Kodara's way of thinking than Nozomi's. I didn't feel bad for Nozomi, so I decided to simply avoid committing crime. Sorry, I just remembered I have something I need to do. Gotta go. Bye. Wait, Takumi. Hey, come back here, please. I ignored Nozomi's pleas and quickly bolted out of the room and into the hallway. Oh man, we must just fucking hate Kadoa. Because we know that's her now. Right, yeah, we're gonna end with Ava too. Because she's the only one we can trust. Medicine, one of mankind's most eminent inventions for sustaining life and dealing death. How can I help you today, Takumi? I told you, Gamu, that I was investigating the case. Does that include Kako's death, too? Yes, the suspicious circumstances of her death bother me as well. My main objective was to solve the attempted murder of Shoma, but that didn't mean it was my only concern. Any information that might help solve Kako's case would be more than welcome. There were other cases to think about as well, like serious destruction and Kaku's murder. But I hadn't found any further clues to those cases, despite my thorough investigation on day 24. So I decided to focus on Shoma's case first, while the trail was still fresh. Is there something bothering you about Kako's case? Yes, there is. Remember her cause of death? She digested tetrodotoxin. An extremely potent poison when we found her. She was holding a bottle labeled TTX tightly in her right hand. That bottle was originally from this biolab. So the poison was taken from here. That would appear to be the case. Whether by Kako, who then killed herself with it, or by someone else who used it to kill Kako. Is this room open to everyone? Sure is. There's no lock on the door, and the cabinets are unsecured too. Anyone could have taken anything at any time. Somebody also stole some gamma fuel, plus syringes and needles to administer it. Oh. They fucking stole the gamma fuel to anesthetize her, and then probably forced her to inject that, and then we didn't see any needle mark. We didn't see any needle holes on her though.
There wouldn't be. It's very small. If she was still alive and they administered it, it doesn't take long for the bleeding to stop from.
But the puncture wound is still there.
I guess so, but I don't know if they really would have animated that. Because, I mean, we wouldn't have seen it because she was still wearing her school uniform.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm just saying, we could have still checked her body for other causes of death. Gamma fuel. That substance used to knock Ima out on day 27? The very same. Huh? But if it's still here, it hasn't been stolen, right? There are multiple bottles here. Several are missing. It didn't happen recently either. I first noticed the missing bottles on day 27. When I came here to get the supplies needed to help with Ima, I saw that there were already some missing. Why would the killer do that? We don't know for sure if the killer was the one who stole them. The thing is, at the proper dilution, this substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. Perhaps that was what the thief wanted to use it for?
Weird that he's only telling us that it was missing and not announcing that to everyone.
I mean...
Maybe he didn't, maybe he doesn't, he wouldn't want people to, I mean, clearly, he spent so much time there, the killer would have to know that he would know that it's missing.
Yep. And these are still bolted down. Oh. Fucking Ato's body's in the morgue. He's the third person.
Yeah.
Hideko, you were here the other day too. What's so interesting about this place? I wanted to investigate Kako's body again. What about you? I'm here to investigate the case as well. As if your clumsy brain could ever bring us closer to the truth. Oh, be quiet.
As if you're any better.
I mean...
She ain't any closer. For someone who acts so superior, she ain't any closer.
But she is superior. In every way. Hideko decided to repeat herself in a hushed voice. As if your clumsy brain?
Hey!
You know that's not what I meant. Anyway, have you already looked at Kako's body? Yes, and the other two as well. Huh? Ato and Gaku too? Didn't we already check Gaku's body on day 24? Yes, but something happened to make me realize I needed to check it again. I've discovered two surprising facts after reinvestigating Kako's body. Surprising facts? The first concerns her cryptoglobin. Her body's been almost completely drained of it.
Which would explain her loss of color. She looked more...
Pale, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously because she was dead longer.
There's a cut on her ankle. Her body was likely moved somewhere and hung up for an extended time. Ooh. It was returned here after being almost completely drained of cryptoglobin. When? I'll get to that later. Let me tell you about my other discovery first. Hideko walked to Kako's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. Then she flipped the body over, and what I saw flabbergasted me. Ooh, what the hell? Marks of a stone. Heart. Oh, this just got fucking weird. What? Somebody cut a hole in her back, smashed her ribs, and dug her heart out. Holy shit.
Why are they wanting parts? So, they need to check it and see if...
So let's think about this. So, when we hemoanima stab, we have a void, like a weird swirly void here on our heart chest area.
Right.
But
I actually thought that would our body would stay that way, like when we reverted back. So I actually didn't expect us to actually have a heart still.
no, we do. But smashed her ribs and dug her heart out. But why? Why though?
Would she have had her weapon? Maybe she didn't like. She can't.
She's a non-combatant. This is
oh yeah, that's true.
Nothing here happened would let Ima let her fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's. Why would anybody do that? Before we talk about that, check the other bodies as well.
That's what I mean.
I was told, flip Ato and Gaku's bodies over, only see the exact same marks on them. It was post-mortem.
Right. They did it after. Well after.
A large empty cavity on their backs. Wait a minute. What's going on here? What indeed? Why are you so calm about this? Their hearts have been removed from their bodies. I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you. When did this happen? When we investigated Gaku's body on day 24, his back was still intact. It still was on day 27, too. I checked Ato and Gaku's bodies when we moved Kako's body here. Nobody had holes in their backs at that point in time. That means it must have happened sometime after the night of day 27. The perpetrator likely did the deed to all three at the same time. That may have been when they extracted Kako's cryptoglobin as well. Who? Simple logic dictates that the culprit behind this series of events did it. But why? How should I know what the culprit is up to? Perhaps they are simply a lunatic who collects hearts as a hobby, or a gourmet who enjoys a spot of grilled myocardium with lemon on top. Ima has very weird tastes in food. Kind of weird that they did that, because Ima has weird tastes in food. Both examples are crazy. There's just one thing I can't seem to figure out. Why were their hearts extracted from the back? Making an opening in the chest would make removing them much easier. Why go about it this way?
That's true.
Neither of us could come up with anything feasible, so we decided to investigate their bodies again. But there was not a single further clue to be found.
Well, clearly, maybe they thought we would. I don't think that they would. They thought we would already have looked at the bodies. We had no reason to actually raise them to look at the back.
Yeah.
Because their bodies would have already been inspected. So clearly, they knew that we'd keep checking the bodies.
What are you guys doing here? If it isn't the serial killer Takumi, you're awake. I'm not a serial killer, so stop calling me that. Anyway, I'm investigating the identity of the culprit right now. Do you mind if I ask a few questions? Whoa, could you be any more shameless? The criminal's role-playing as a detective now? I'm not talking to you. I'm asking Shoma. Oh, you want to know about the person who stabbed me? I've told the others a bunch of times already. I didn't get a good look at them. What? I thought you were sure Takumi did it. Yes, but it's not like I have any proof, so... Does that mean you didn't see the culprit when you were stabbed? No, I did see someone, but they were wearing a mask. How about the person's height or body structure? I can't be sure. They were dressed in a long black poncho thing. Must have seen some identifiable features. I was attacked the moment I turned around, so I'm afraid not. I screamed immediately, and before I realized it, I'd been shoved to the ground. I don't remember anything after that. I fainted after the first 2 or 3 stabs. So you don't even know if it was a man or a woman? No. Did they say anything? Actually, I did hear something as I was being stabbed. The person kept saying, "Die, die." Then you should have been able to recognize the voice. The thing is, I didn't. Why not? Their voice had been changed with a voice changer. A voice changer, huh?
He wouldn't have known about that conversation.
I mean, it's kind of like you're right, but at the same time, it is kind of easy to recognize when someone's voice is getting modulated because it does sound robotic.
Yeah.
All right, Eva. Talk to me, girl.
I'm busy.
Doing what?
Chilling.
Okay, yeah, shut up. You're not busy. Eva's locked inside. What should we do with her? What should we do to her? Takumi, long time no see. I heard you were out cold for a while. I woke up all of a sudden for some reason. I'm glad you did. Is there something I can help you with today? There was no point in asking Eva about the case, so I decided to talk about something else. Do you remember what you told me before? Yeah, about the lying and stuff. And then you said you decided to take your chances with us, right? Yes, I will no longer try to self-destruct in everyone's presence for the reasons I previously explained. Then will you fight with us instead? What? Veshnes, the one who betrayed you, is still alive, right? By joining us in battle, you can personally take revenge against her and her underlings. Is that why Tsubasa asked to conduct a thorough investigation of my body the other day? So that if I ever tried anything, your team would be able to detonate the bomb inside my body remotely? Using the device she made? Yes, but I just want to make one thing clear. I didn't ask for the device because I'm suspicious of it. It's just something that's needed to put the others at ease. Ava thought for a while about what I said. Alright, you saved my life, so if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. Thank you. Unfortunately, you'll still have to wait for a while before I can let you out of here. I need to clear it with the others first. Understood. I will wait. Kinda wish we would have ended it on Hiruko there. I went to the gym last. When I stepped inside, I saw Tsubasa and Takamaru were already there. Tsubasa, Takamaru. Perfect timing. I need to ask you guys about something. What is it? Remember the voice changer you showed me in the garage the other day? Is it still there? Shulman told you about the culprit using the voice changer, huh? Yeah, he did. You guessed right, Takumi. The device has gone missing. I knew it. The culprit stole it, huh? I think so. When did you realize it was gone? On day 28, the day Shulman regained consciousness. I went to the garage to check after hearing his story, and the voice changer was already gone. Yeah, without anyone realizing. She showed us the voice changer on the afternoon of day 4. So it must have been stolen between that time and the morning of day 27, before Shulman got sick. What are you two doing here, though? I did a lot of thinking myself while you were out, and I just don't believe Kaku'd kill herself. Me too. At first, suicide seemed like the only possibility based on the situation. After listening to Hideko, though, I started to realize how unnatural the whole thing seemed. But if she was killed, how'd the culprit get away? That's what we needed to figure out. And so here we are. Maybe there's a secret tunnel or something here that we completely missed, you know? We're all here to do the same thing, then. You mean... Yes, Kako died under such mysterious circumstances that I can't stop thinking about it. Let's check the place out together. Yeah, and we can trust each other since all three of us here are safers. Safers? Those of us that can be safely removed from the list of suspects. Safers. We have a lot of fucking dictionary terms now. That's true. And thus we began to investigate the gym. We went around knocking on walls and floors to check for hidden doors. Sometime past before Takamawa shouted at us from the stage. Obviously, it's a gymnasium. Gymnasiums and auditoriums have a stage. Stages are where plays are held. Plays need somebody under the stage to operate. Trapdoors. That's... So, we did not leave no stone unturned. Hey, come over here. I found something crazy. He was standing at a corner of the stage. Tsubasa and I hurried over. What in the world? No way, there really was a hidden tunnel. Or should I say a hidden ladder? I checked this place before, but I found nothing. What did you do? I told you, I've got a dog's hearing. I knocked on the floor and knew right away there was an empty space beneath. Then I groped around the surface and what do you know? A rotatable handle came flipping out. Oh. No. Grabbed the handle, pulled it, and there you have it. Let's go see what's down there. Yeah. No.
This ain't good.
This is some corpse party type shit, man. Going down to the bomb shelter. We slowly made our way down the long ladder. Eventually, I felt my toes touching solid ground. What I saw there was... the pod. Isn't this... You know this thing? Yeah, remember what I told you before? This is the escape pod that deploys on the last day. Huh? No way! Damn! Does that mean if we can get inside, we can go to the artificial satellite? Yes, with a murderer. Great idea. We ran to the entrance of the pod and checked the door. There was a note pinned to it. The door to this pod automatically opens on day 100. No manual override available. Despite the note, we kept looking around for a manual override. However, we weren't able to find anything. Nope, this thing can't be opened from the outside. How about we use a crowbar and pry it open? Then the pod becomes useless because outer space is a vacuum. So we have no choice but to wait until day 100. We'll have to give up on the idea of boarding the pod before then. Shit. By the way, have you guys forgotten why we came down here in the first place? Of course not. We were trying to solve the locked room case, weren't we? Yeah, Hideko and I thoroughly investigated the gym after discovering Kako's body. But if the killer had been hiding in this storeroom or ladder shaft at that time, you couldn't have possibly found them. Then after you and Hideko left the gym, the killer got out and walked through the exit like nothing ever happened. Which means Kako really was killed. We don't have concrete proof of that yet. However, this does disprove the previous notion that it couldn't possibly have been murder.
Kako was killed because she actually found out who it was.
Very possibly.
Like, cause I think she was like she always wanted to be a detective. She must have been on the case.
Like, it's very possible because she died in a weird way compared to this, straight up butchering.
Right.
Because she had to be paralyzed and then forced to ingest the drug. Wouldn't that also prove the killer was an outsider? Because when we found Kako's body, Takamawa Sho and I were in the infirmary, whereas everyone else was in the gym. No, not everyone else. 2 were missing. That's right, Dadame and Ima. Ima couldn't have been the killer. He worshipped the ground she walked on. Dadame, though, said she was playing slots or something. She could have been lying through her teeth. But that's always possible that an outsider did it. You made that life detection device yourself. Unless you're telling me you made that number up. I did no such thing. That was the correct number, but the killer could have already gotten away by the time I finished making the device, right? Just then, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. An item on the ground next to the cockpit of the escape pod.
The murder weapon?
It caught my eye for some reason, and I walked slowly over to pick it up. You might be right. No. Oh, no.
Her handkerchief?
Ima Tsukumo.
Oh.
IT. His handkerchief. His monogrammed handkerchief. Hey, what's that? A handkerchief? So it seems. I see something embroidered on it. That reads IT. Information technology? How the fuck do you know that? Or maybe just it, as in it girl? Could it be referring to initials of a name? Ima Tsukumo? Oh, no. I'm just so good at the detective stuff. I have my own brand of intelligence. It's not social. It's suspect. I'm suspicious of everybody until proving otherwise. When we exited the gym, we saw it was already nighttime. I asked Takamaru and Tsubasa to gather the others before heading to Ima's room myself. Oh, we're not waiting until the next day. Come out, Ima. I need to ask you about something. Somehow it felt like he would keep hiding if I told him about the handkerchief, so I decided not to say anything for now. We found a clue that may lead us to Kako's killer. I made that assertion even though I had no solid proof she had been killed because I wanted to get him out of the room. A short while later, I heard the door being unlocked. And then Ima appeared from behind it. You believe me about my dear sister being murdered? Yes, can you come with me? Slowly but surely, Ima nodded in assent. As opposed to dissent. Takamaru, Tsubasa, and I took everyone to the storeroom where the escape pod was being kept. We told them how we had found the place and how the pod could only be used on day 100. After climbing back out, we all headed to the cafeteria.
Huh?
So what was the clue that you found? Before that, I need to check something with Dadami. On day 27, when we found Kako's body, were you really playing slots at that time? Huh? You're still suspicious of me? Then check the machine's play log. Then you'll know for sure I was playing around that time. And how could I have possibly stabbed Shoma if I'd been hiding in that storeroom the whole time? The only way out of that place is through the tunnel, right? I wouldn't have been able to get out of the gym until the coast was clear. So he was murdered in the back of the school. The tunnel is in the gym. The escape pod came up from the ground in the front. Okay, so she's making some logical sense here.
Huh.
Mayhaps you clambered out of an escape pod's elevator shaft. I'm no Spider-Woman, and that shaft has no footholds. It's impossible to climb. The ceiling of that shaft is covered with a thick wall. It's not something that can be opened by human hands. How about this? You were the one to kill Kako, but not the one to stab Shoma. You're suggesting there were two culprits. Indeed, I am. And does the number 2 ring any bells to regard this situation? When we found Shoma's body, there were 2 people missing from the scene. You're suspicious of me as well. So Dadami may have stabbed Shoma, which makes sense. That's her shtick. But he wanted her to die to not... He may have murdered her. I think he did. He's a lot smarter than he lets on.
Right.
So he knows what Gamma-Fuel does. He knows what Tetrodotoxin does. He injected her with Gamma-Fuel to anesthetize her. And then he made her imbibe the TTX to die. He didn't because he was probably worried of the real culprit killer desecrating her body in such a grotesque way as to cause her to suffer in pain by being stabbed numerous times and then have all those different fucking stab wounds on her person.
Maybe, like, I could see him going crazy and doing that, but I don't know. We'll find out.
And, I mean, obviously it makes sense because, you know, his handkerchief was found near the escape pod.
Right.
It very well could have been planted. We don't know. But this is just one man's working theory. You're suspicious of me as well? Ima's face twisted into a grimace. I hesitated for a moment when I saw his expression, but decided to show everyone the handkerchief we had found. This is the clue I'm talking about. We found it in the escape pod storeroom. The letters IT have been embroidered on it. Are these initials? Wouldn't that refer to Ima Tsukumo?
Huh?
I thought so. This is your handkerchief, right, Ima? And the fact that it was in the storeroom means... So Ima killed Lady Kako? Are you out of your mind? Me? Kill my very own dear sister? I didn't think that was possible either, unless Ima was the one to stab Shoma and Darumi was the one to kill Kako.
Darumi doesn't have the capacity to be that thorough, I don't.
We don't know. She's played a lot of fucking games that are really... She's
Really
watched...
graphic and
She's
yeah,
watched a
true.
lot of gore horror movies and torture porn and stuff, so
That's true.
she might know a thing or two. Ima dropped the handkerchief in the store when he was casing the door. I told you it wasn't me. You think Miss Amamiya and I were accomplices, and that I tacitly approved of my dear sister's murder? That's no different from accusing me of killing my dear sister myself. You're all crazy. I can't believe that thought even crossed your minds. So you deny the charge? Of course I do. Then explain yourself. Why was your handkerchief in the storeroom? That's because, you see, you are feeling guilty. No. Ah. Ima dashed out of the cafeteria screaming. Wait, Ima! We all dashed out after him. And then we're gonna get stabbed, and oh hey, we're gonna be in bed for 9 days. Ima grabbed the fire extinguisher at the entrance hall before running outside. We followed him as he ran out of the building. He was running at full speed through the schoolyard, and none of us could catch up. Finally, he tore through the wall of fire and ran to the other side. We followed behind. Oh, damn, he is. When we got to the city ruins, something unexpected happened. All of a sudden, a large object shaped like an onion appeared out of nowhere and captured Ima, who had been running ahead of us. Ima! The onion object then flew high up into the air with Ima and vanished out of sight. What just happened? And what was that thing? I'd seen that onion-shaped thing before in the previous timeline. Oh, shit, yeah, the fucking whale thing.
Yeah.
That was probably a commander. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yep.
And that's how a true lady slaughters her prey.
Why does the mask's mouth move? Are you serious? Ima's been captured by the enemy? No way. That can't be true. It's alright. We can probably figure out where they went. What? You know how Ima's been rather emotionally unstable lately, right? So much so I thought I might just end up going missing one day, so I secretly planted a transmitter in his body when bringing food to him. We should be able to see where they took him from the war room. Nice. So he didn't put the transmitter... So Yugamu didn't have the transmitter made this time. You clever girl, you. Okay, let's all head back for now. We can now we can just ignore him. It's fine. We traced the transmitter and quickly figured out exactly where Ima had been taking. It was the enemy relay station we had visited in the previous timeline. We immediately started making a plan to get him back. After some discussion, we decided to split into two teams. The rescue team, me, Hideko, Takamaru, Tsubasa, and Kurata. The defense team, Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Shoma, and Darumi. Must we rescue him even though he may very well be a killer? It's not set in stone yet. What if it was all a mistake? Could you ever live with the fact that you abandoned an innocent friend? I knew you would say that. I was just making sure. Having only 5 people on the defense team is not very reassuring. Yeah, can't we add one more or something? No, what if the enemy attacks in the meantime? We can't afford to be lax on home security. In that case, Takumi. Yeah, it's time. Everybody follow me. Where are we going? Oh, yeah, it's time to get Eva into action. Sir Takumi, Lady Eva is out and about now. Why have you done such a thing? Yes, as you can see, I let her out. But why? I intend to let her join the rescue team. Huh? I explained about the bomb in Eva's body and the remote detonator we had made to trigger it. And you really think this will work? If you feel suspicious, you can press the button to blow her up yourself. Huh? I put the remote detonator into an astonished Hideko's hand. Now do you feel reassured? Hideko fell silent at my words. After a few moments, she said, have it your way. And thank you for having me on the team. I look forward to being useful to you. Alright then, we'll be right back. Yo. With Ima. Good luck. Stay safe. The rescue team set off for the enemy relay station where Ima was being held captive. I hope I don't have to fight through here again.
Right.
I hope with Eva here, we can just, she can just act like she's taking us prisoner through the mindless drones. By the time we got close to the relay station, sun was starting to rise. We got off the bus and climbed up a small hill to survey the relay station. Because, yeah, this clearly isn't where the big boss is. I don't think.
We don't know where exactly Ima is being held in this base, but that doesn't matter. Let's just bust in there and start kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, you guys already saw how that commander could fly.
That has to be Quenzel.
Quenzele? Is that his name?
Yes, and he's an absolute creep. Feel free to make mincemeat out of him.
I love her.
A flying enemy? Sounds like a headache already. How do we even get to him? We'll be fine with my specialist skill on our side. I'll whip up some surface-to-air artillery and knock him down in one shot. The thing is, I'll have to start crafting it after he actually appears.
Why? Can't you just make it now?
This particular weapon can only hold its shape for 5 minutes. After that, its internal pressure will cause it to explode.
Why did you sigh and angrily explain that like it should be fucking common knowledge? What?
Got it. Guess there's no helping it then.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
Like, she just got so mad when she was explaining it. Like, it should have been just common knowledge. It's like, oh yeah, I totally fucking know your fucking thing will just fucking explode after 5 minutes time. Get out of here. Crazy ass son of a bitch. Alright.
I'm ready to go. Die! This is what you deserve!
I like it.
Leave this to me.
Oh, there's 4 waves here. Gotta be
My turn.
better.
Yeah, I forgot. These are the bombs that explode around them or whatever.
I didn't notice that.
Special redo?
Special
Oh,
revenge.
Oh, yeah. Attack. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that either. Cool.
Let's give it to him.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Let's do this. Heads up. Let's give it to him. Let her rip. Let's freaking go.
Leave it to me. Hi-ya!
Good to go. Let's go. That's it. Good to go.
Okay, wave 1 in.
Understood. I will be of more use to you. Leave this to me. Take this! I'm ready to go. Here goes. You're finished! I'm fully prepared. Understood.
Man, that is long range.
I've got this. Here we go. This should do it. Good to go. There! All right, say when. Here! My turn. I've got this.
Give him the attack
Nothing.
boost.
Let's do this!
I'm good whenever. Are you okay?
I know you won.
Let's go.
Ready when you are. I'll protect you.
Let's do this. Yeah! Got it. Say when.
I'm ready to go.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Take this! Leave this to me. Here goes.
My turn.
How's this?
Bop. Yeah, Eva's kicking butt.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Take this! Leave this to me. Here goes. I'm ready to go. Die! Understood. Be gone! You're finished! I'm fully prepared.
We will just hang on to that HP. Oh, shit. I did not see those enemies down there. Whoops, my bad.
Kneel before me.
Deal with massage.
I got this. Watch it. Kneel before you can. Oh, too easy.
My turn.
Oh, okay, there's still some things left.
No, just him. Yep, should just be him.
Oh no, yeah. before
Here we
this
go. There.
Oh, yeah, with 4 waves.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I haven't used many of the potions.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand that I would never betray you?
I don't, but you're so goddamn attractive that it is weirding me out that. Oh no.
But
Her. So, you know how they said they have hemo animal powers like ourselves with the cryptoglobin?
right. What if she took it?
Her class armor looks like Nozomi's artificial class armor. You got the same things, got the
Yeah.
same coloration. Because all of ours are black. Hers and Nozomi's are white because it's the artificial ones.
Well, that
Why?
She wouldn't. She's not using her humo animal.
Or she can't. Maybe the commanders are rejected test subjects like Nozomi.
Huh. I don't know.
They are humans. We don't know. But I just thought I should point that out. It looks like Nozomi's artificial class armor.
Yeah.
I shall
So that
reserve
means that she can't
judgment
do
until
anything.
this entire.
All of
the
ours are
commander?
black with that hole in the middle. We don't have the headset
Yeah,
thing.
That Quenzile guy?
He should be here any time now. Aha. Speak of the devil.
I am the paragon of repulsion, Quenzile.
I'll be sure to make it agonizingly painful when I kill you. Go ahead, scramble for your ugly lives. You won't escape from me.
He's finally here, like moths to a flame.
Like bitches to a free dinner.
Everybody, cover Kurata while she crafts the artillery.
Understood.
Got it.
Leave this to me. You're in the way.
Like 5 space range is
I'm
crazy.
ready to go. Here goes. You're understood. Take this. Leave this to me. Die! I'm ready to go. Here goes. You're understood. Die! I'm ready to go. Leave this to me. Allow me to use this.
Worth it.
I'm ready to go. Be gone! I'm fully prepared. You're in the way. This is what you deserve!
Hauling ass.
Leave it to me.
Damn it, Hideko, you take up so much fucking space.
Good to go. Ready when you are. Time to use it.
Screw with me.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I see that.
Let's go. That's it. Ready when you are. Let's go. Gotta push it.
I actually didn't want to use that.
But he's gotta push it.
Ready when you are.
Well, certainly did not have to.
Take that. Here we go. All right.
Leave this to me. Take this! I'm ready to go. You're in the way. I'm fully prepared. Here goes. This
Like,
is what you deserve!
If she was actually doing this against us in the real fight, she would have kicked our ass.
Yeah.
I'm good whenever.
Because, I was honestly just thinking about that. I'm like, man, if only you could have understood her that first time, she would have probably still teamed up with us.
Let's do this.
Maybe.
That feature we don't know. But maybe.
Because the first time, we don't know if she actually was going to get betrayed or not. Where's homeboy with the sword? He's down here.
My turn. Take this.
So this is the last turn.
Let's do
Kurata's
this.
gotta just be chill.
Good to go.
So we're just gonna try and build up some meter.
I've got this.
Alright, we're at maximum meter.
There.
So this wave is done.
It's set. Told you it wouldn't take long.
Carpew. Onion.
And that's how a true lady prey.
But is it though? You're the wretch. You're the repulsive guy.
Let's give it to him. Full throttle. Setting it up. Ugh. That ain't nothing. I'll smoke 'em. That's what you get.
That's not how I want that to go.
Say when. Let's do this. This should do it.
You saved me.
Ready when you are. That's good to go. Take that. Say when. Here we go. There. Ready when you are. I've got this. There. My turn. Harder. Ready when you are. Let's do this. Gotta push it. Say when. Yeah! I've got this. One last strike.
Anyway. Minced meat has been turned.
Yep.
The pain. It hurts.
He's a male.
Why do this? What has prompted this cruelty?
Serves you right, Quenzele.
You're... Ava. I noticed you were here a while back, but... Does this mean you've switched allegiances?
Yes. It's not as if I had any future in the Sovereign Army anyway.
Suddenly, Quenzele broke off and started something behind us.
Overlord Vashnes!
Oh no.
What?
Psych! Ligarandayo! The Joestar secret technique.
Huh?
Belle turned around.
There's no...
Don't tell me.
Fuck, I was kidding! Turned around, but it was too late. During those precious few seconds, the defeated commander had disappeared completely.
He got away?
Freaking coward.
Freaking idiots.
I guess you could say that Quenzele has been... Quenzled.
She knows how to make puns. She is so fucking great.
Yeah,
dude.
we keep her.
She's so fucking great, dude. Shut up. You guys just don't get it. Went over your head. How does she even know the word canceled, though?
It's fine.
Not saying it's out, I just want to know.
I don't know. But it's fine.
After the battle, we split up to look for Ima. Took a while, but I eventually found him locked up in a cage.
Ima, are you alright? Hold on. I'll get you out now.
Mr. Samino!
I swung my sword down on the lock and it broke apart with a loud noise. I opened the door and quickly guided Ima outside, but then... Oh, fucking hell. Saw something flashing out of the corner of my eye right next to the cage. The next moment... Boom. Yep.
Oh, damn.
Well, if we really were the killer, we could have just left him there. I instinctively grabbed Ima from behind. The snap action made my body shield Ima from the brunt of the blast. A scalding pain ripped through my back. I choked down a cry of pain and asked,
Ima, are you okay?
"Now do you believe me that I'm not the killer?"
Yes, but what about you? Yeah, don't worry about me. As long as you're fine.
Actually,
Huh?
why is Ima in his class armor?
Right.
Mr. Samino? Mr. Samino! Mr. Samino!
Please call me brother-in-law, dearest. Okay, we are another 10 days ahead.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Get ready. You're stepped in blood so far. Returning would be as tedious as to go o'er. There's no turning back now. In honor of the occasion, your commander would like to hand out some presents, but
He's dead.
if you're hearing this recording, it means your commander is no longer with you.
That's new.
So, no presents for anyone today. Too bad. So sad. Try not to be mad.
You a bitch. I woke up to the expect sign was always standing right in front of me. This time she wasn't shocked at all. Instead, she looked at me with gentle softness in her eyes.
Morning. You're awake now?
I didn't have to ask about the day since it was mentioned in the announcement
It's
just now.
day 50 today.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about the feeding drips. We went to the second academy and brought a whole lot back.
Oh, gee. Thanks for telling me not to worry about something that I need to live, as if, fuck you.
Well, because she told us that.
I know she told us last time. Nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I wasn't gonna worry about it.
thanks as always.
You should thank the others, too.
No.
They were the ones who actually got the drips. And I wasn't the only person taking care of you while you were out.
Oh, please don't tell me.
Don't say it was Ema.
For some strange reason, I wasn't feeling any aches or pains. We hit you with the revival manic this time. We were sick and waiting. You seem fine physically. The truth is, your external injuries weren't as bad as they seem. Which means the real reason I was out for such a long time was because of that fainting disease? I think so. Has anything changed? If you mean the murder cases, we haven't made any progress. Ima and Donami are still denying they were working together. Tsubasa and I don't believe they did anything either, but the others? Oh, something else has changed though. Ima's been taking part in the defensive battles. What? You shielded him back at the enemy relay station, remember? He said he's joining to fight for you. I see. Okay. That said, he's still as reticent as ever and hardly ever leaves his room otherwise. Who can blame him, though? Other than Tsubasa and me, everyone's suspicious of him. But he did say that he was willing to tell you and only you everything. Really? Yep, so go find him later. Okay? Later? Were you expecting me to not go right now after what you just told me? I jumped up and dashed outside immediately. Where I then... Day 62. Oh, that's a whole lot of Kako. Did you see the big?
Oh my!
Did you see the big poster over here?
Well, I was honestly looking at all the pictures that are just her, the little pictures.
He has a whole wall-sized poster of her over here.
I'm sure he do.
Mr. Samino, first of all, thank you for saving me that day. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Don't mention it, really. What I really want to hear from you is some answers. Ima nodded firmly. I was going to tell you everything after you woke up anyway. Not only because I owe you a debt of gratitude, but also because I'm now sure you couldn't have been the killer. Because the real killer would never risk his own life to save me like that. Yeah, no shit. It is my deepest desire to find the person who killed my dear sister, and then smash their face in with a hammer over and over again until there's nothing left of it. Yet I am but a detective's assistant. I did not deal well with deductions, so I've decided to entrust this earnest wish of mine to you. I have the utmost confidence that you have what it takes to bring truth to light. I intend to do just that, as soon as I get some answers from you. Now, first of all, why didn't you kill Dotami? What? You think the killer is one of us, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. When Kako's body was found, you and Dotami were the only ones not in the gym. Unless you were the killer, but that can't be, right? Of course not. If so, from your perspective, only other person who could have been in hiding in the storeroom at that point of time, none other than Dotami, yet you didn't go smash her head in with a hammer until there was nothing left. Why not? Mr. Sumino, I see what you're getting at, and you are right. It is because I knew it was possible for someone else to have been my dear sister's killer. Because there's a hidden exit in that storeroom, right? He nodded slowly in response to my question. Opposite the cockpit section of the escape pod lay a heap of metal containers. When we moved the heap away, we found a large ventilation shaft. Oh, it goes deeper! Is this it? Yes. It's big enough even for Takemaru and Moko to pass through. You are quite right. Have you ever gone inside before? No, sir? I stuck my head into the shaft, but couldn't see anything in the pitch black darkness. When did you realize there was a storeroom here? About day 10, I would say. My dear sister found the entrance first. She was the one who brought me here. After that, we would secretly visit this place together whenever we had some free time. It became something of a secret hiding spot of ours. Creepy, but I mean, I don't know. It makes sense why he would just, want to be super alone with her without being disturbed. He is creepy.
He is creepy.
Why didn't you tell anyone? I did not tell you before because I thought you were my dear sister's killer. I did not tell the others because, well, promise me you will not get angry. Yeah. Because... Oh, my sister and I had intended to flee this place together in that escape pod. Okay, that makes sense. That's not possible. The door can't be opened manually. We thought that we could do something about that by tinkering with the control system in the war room. I sighed and continued the conversation. But you kept this place a secret even after Kako was murdered. If you told us about it, we'd have been able to accept your assertion that Kako hadn't killed herself. I promised my dear sister. And no matter what happened, I would never tell anyone about this place. She had tears in her eyes when she made me promise. I want us to live together in the Tokyo residential complex again, just the two of us. But we have to get out of this place first. We'll be killed one day if we stay here.
Yeah.
I believe I may have dropped the handkerchief at that time. When I was putting it back into my pocket after wiping my dear sister's tears away. This place was our sanctuary. We didn't want anyone else invading our space. Even after my dear sister lost her life. It felt like I would be desecrating her memory by allowing someone else in. That is why I told nobody. Large tears started rolling down Ima's cheeks, and I wordlessly held out his handkerchief to him. You never gave it back?
Guess not.
Ima accepted the handkerchief and clenched it tightly in his hand. He squeezed his eyes shut, and for a long time after that, his shoulders trembled nonstop. I like my theory better. Where he killed her painlessly and, gracefully so she wouldn't get murdered by the dude. After Ima had...
What?
After Ima had calmed down, we climbed back up to the surface. Tsubasa was in the garage as usual when we stepped inside. Ima, you're an unusual sight around here. Even more unusual than me being awake. I mean, I already heard about you from Nozomi. She's been going around telling everyone the news, Anyway, what's up? Just want to know if there's any recon drone anywhere around here with lights and cameras, if possible. Yes, but what do you need it for? It's kind of hard to explain. Can you just come with us and bring the recon drone? We need it to solve the case. Tsubasa blinked a few times in quick succession at Ima's words. Alright, give me a sec. Uh-oh. If there's a ventilation shaft here, that means... See how it is now? Yeah, exactly. If Kako was killed, the presence of this shaft makes everybody in the academy a suspect. Including the safers for Shoma's case. Including me, and yet you still brought me here. Does that mean you trust me? Kind of, sort of. You don't sound very sure. I'll take it, though. Okay, let's start. Thanks. We used the drone to investigate the ventilation shaft. As a result, we were able to make a few major discoveries. Right, in summary, this is what we've learned. First of all, the shaft bends in a zigzag shape a few times and extends towards the school building. It splits into a grid structure halfway and connects to different parts of the building. Oh. They could go from any room to any other room.
Oh.
Anyone using this can basically exit from anywhere they like. However, the bends are extremely narrow and people of our size can't possibly get through them. Only someone with a body the size of a small child could have gone through those bends.
You're the one that is like that to Shoma.
Yeah. I'm more concerned about what we found halfway. Yeah, me too. This thing, right? Looks like Shoma's colors. This thing got caught on a protrusion in the interior wall. Thankfully, we were able to retrieve it because I had the foresight to attach a robotic arm to the drone. It's a piece of cloth, right? A square green piece of cloth about an inch long. I looked at Ima and then Tsubasa. They looked back at me with wide, questioning eyes. It was apparent they hadn't yet realized the grave implication behind this. Maybe a certain incident had blinded them to the existence of that possibility. He screamed and stabbed himself. Because he knew he could get revived.
Oh.
That would absolutely throw himself off the suspect list. I put the piece of cloth in my pocket, looked at both in the eye and said, tell everyone to gather at the gym at 7 p.m. tonight. Huh? This is quite sudden. Please, just do it. They turned to look at each other. I don't mind. What will you be doing until then? Well, you'll see. I had enough proof to make my case, but I wanted just one more piece of key evidence. So I went to the back of the school, to the place where Shoma had been stabbed. I spent the last few hours thoroughly investigating every nook and cranny. Excuse me. Before long, the sun had set and my shadow started growing longer. It was at that time that I found something, a faint trace of blood on the corner of a rock. It was maybe 30 feet away from where Shoma had been stabbed. I didn't think blood from his injuries could have sprayed that far, which meant... I entered the gym at 7 p.m. sharp to find everybody already gathered there. Eva, you're here too? Yes, I have received an official release. I have been given Ato's room and do not have to sleep in the cage anymore. All credit goes to Takumi and Tsubasa. The remote detonator you suggested has allowed everyone to accept my presence with the greatest peace of mind. I duplicated the device and gave a copy to everyone. I'll pass you yours later, Takumi. Okay. Okay, so we're all good. So she can't just, you know, kill Hidoko and then fucking get the device. Nah, I don't need one. That aside, what are we all here for? Well, you see... Pink and yellow and green. He's small. I turned my gaze upward and then slowly lowered my head.
I figured out who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma.
Shut up. What are you surprised about? Scared? You bet you are. Mr. Shimino, wait a minute, please. You just said with absolute certainty that my dear sister was indeed killed. Yes, the situation points to that fact. Who did it? Ima, I need you to promise me something first. Promise me you won't lay a finger on the killer when you realize who they are. I won't tell you the truth unless you promise me that. I saw him gritting his teeth with a scowl on his face. Still, he nodded firmly and said, fine, I promise that I won't lay a finger on that accursed scum.
Good. All right. Much as I wish I didn't have to do this, here goes. The person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma. It was. The name of that person is...
And we're gonna go... Person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma is... It's Shoma. He's got the stature.
They said he was the only one that could fit through. It was a green thing. The only thing that it could be is either Shoma or our masked girl. We had no reason to...
There's no way in hell she could fit in there.
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
Because she would have to take off her mask to do it, and she would not take off her mask.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep.
Is Shoma the one behind this? Yes. So interesting that I get to choose out of everybody there.
Right.
The real killer. You! Shoma Genzaki!
What are you talking about, Takumi? Have you forgotten that I was a victim too? I was stabbed!
Stop running your mouth, and just watch as I expose every last detail of your criminal wrongdoings from start to finish.
Oh. Okay. I'll tell you what happened in the chronological order. Let's start with Kako. Her estimated time of death is between 1 and 4 a.m. on day 27. You met up with her before that on day 26 to tell her to come to the gym during that period of time. So she showed up at the gym as asked, where you made up some reason for her to swallow that thing.
That thing? What thing?
TTX.
I'm talking about TTX. Tetrodotoxin.
Tetrodotoxin. It's extremely poisonous, suggesting just about 1 to 2 milligrams is fatal. That's how you poison Kako to death. After poisoning Kako, you put the bottle of TTX into her right hand. Then you blocked the gym door using a mop as a latch. Think you could make her death seem like suicide with all that nonsense. Once that was done, you climbed down the ladder at the corner of the stage into the escape pod storeroom. You already knew that Shaft was there, because you'd seen Ima and Kaku going into the trapdoor before. You did your homework and went down to check out the storeroom as well, before carrying out your plan. That's why you also knew about the ventilation shaft, and you used that vent to return to the school building. That's the main reason causing me to single you out as the culprit. The main reason?
Anyone could have used the ventilation shaft to get back into the school.
You're the only one who can fit.
I can. Because of how the shaft bends in a zigzag shape and extends towards the school building.
The bends are extremely narrow. Only someone with the body the size of a small child could have gone through those bends. In other words, the only one who could have gone through those narrow bends is you, Shoma. You can't say that for sure. A girl who was flexible enough could have passed through there well, right?
Keep starting.
No, it's physically impossible. Anyway, there was something left behind in the ventilation shaft. That's what's going to serve as irrefutable proof of your guilt.
Irrefutable proof?
Green claw.
Let's see this proof. What is it?
Here it is. This square piece of inch-wide green cloth.
Out of all of us, only Kurata, Takamaru, and Shoma wear something green on them. But Kurata's tomato mask isn't made of cloth, so this scrap can't be hers. The shade of green on Takamaru's jacket is less vibrant than the scrap, too. Shoma, turn around. Why? Just do it. I just checked. Part of Shoma's backpack has been torn. The torn part perfectly matches this cloth scrap. Indeed, I too witnessed it and have concluded they are a perfect match. You couldn't have passed through the narrow bends of that shaft while still wearing your backpack. But you couldn't leave it in the shaft either. So you tied the shoulder straps around your feet and pulled it along as you climbed up. That's how the backpack got caught on a sharp edge protruding from out of the inner wall of the shaft. No, no, no! This is fake evidence planted by the real culprit. Someone's trying to frame me. If that was the case, why would that someone stab you? That one act would completely divert all suspicion away from you. Now this next part is all just conjecture. Shoma, you were actually intending to kill Ima as well, weren't you? That plan went awry because Kako showed up to the gym alone. So you had no choice but to kill only her. But that made things difficult for you because Ima knew about the storeroom as well. What's more, he also knew about the ventilation shaft. If he told anybody about the shaft, this would no longer be a locked room case. And if we pursued the case as a murder, we would eventually close in on you. So you wanted to kill Ima afterward. But it was almost dawn by the time you crawled out from the ventilation shaft. That left you with no time to do anything about Ima. So you panicked and started thinking about ways to remove yourself from the suspect list. That's how you ended up deciding to kill yourself. If you could make everyone think that you had been mutilated by the culprit, we never would ever dream of suspecting you. You're being ridiculous. This is way too bold of a plan for someone like me.
Who would dare kill themselves just to make it seem like they were innocent?
But you weren't actually going to die.
Of course. Actually dying was never part of your plan.
In fact, you were absolutely confident you wouldn't die because we have the Rival-Matic in the infirmary. But for that to work, you had to die in a way that allowed us to find your dead body quickly. After all, it wouldn't be able to revive you if too much time had passed. That's why you screamed, right? And right after the morning announcement so that everyone could hear you. Then you stabbed yourself all over and temporarily ended your own life. I can't believe I'm listening to this. Please be realistic. No one in their right mind would willingly stab themselves that many times.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Gamma fuel.
No, it is possible.
If you injected yourself with a powerful anesthetic like gamma fuel. Yeah. Remember what Yugamu said? At the proper dilution, this substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. Yep, and I still stand by that. It does make sense. So you're trying to say that I used that drug to do the deed, right? No, he's not coming back out tonight. But where would I even find a drug like that? You probably stole it from somewhere.
Stole it from where? You can't.
Biolab.
From the biolab.
That room isn't locked and everyone has access to the shelves. Getting the drug from there wouldn't have been a problem for you. Alright. Assuming that I did inject myself with that anesthetic.
How did I get rid of the hypodermic needle afterwards? When you found me at the back of the building, was there anything like that on me? There wasn't, right?
You swallowed it. You didn't swallow it.
You swallowed.
You've always been a glutton. Are you insane, Takumi? Oh, wait. What did I get wrong?
How did I get rid of the hype when you found me at the back of the building?
You hid it inside your wounds. No?
You hid the.
That means the whole syringe would still be in my body. Yes, with your life pain. I'm not in any pain at all. There must be a third or a fourth answer then.
How did I get rid of the hypodermic needle afterwards? When you found me at the back of the building, was there anything like that on me? There wasn't, right?
Oh, his backpack. Oh, weird.
So that's just. So I never injected myself with this gamma fuel stuff. But you sounded a lot more confident when you said that. Okay, so yeah, you just tossed it away.
How did I get rid of the hype when you found?
You tossed it away. Simple as that.
You must have tossed it somewhere far away when you were done with it.
What about the knife? Where did the knife I used to stab myself disappear to? You tossed that far away as well, just like you did with the syringe. Did anyone find any of those things at the scene? No. But nobody searched the area nearby on day 27, the day of the incident. You could have collected those items the next day, on day 28, after you woke up. But still, you're just guessing at this point. You've got no real proof. No proof that I threw the knife away after stabbing myself. I do have proof. It's not with me right now, but I did find something. There was something, some 30 feet away from where we found you.
What was it? What did you find?
Bloodstain.
I saw bloodstains. Just a little patch on the corner of a rock.
In a place where blood from your injuries couldn't have reached. Those stains prove that the bloodied knife had been thrown over there. That's enough already. It doesn't matter what you're trying to say because you have no solid
The
proof.
green cloth was the only piece of substantial evidence you managed to produce. Anyone could have left that behind to frame me.
Bluff. Sorry.
It's time you stopped playing dumb, Shoma.
I do actually have another piece of conclusive evidence. What? The bottle of TTX Kako was holding. Your fingerprints were on it. Got him.
That can't be. It can't be. It just can't. It can't. My fingerprints can't be on that bottle. I was wearing gloves when I...
Got him!
Oh,
You fell for it.
No. That was just a slip of the tongue. I mean, it was just... anyway, I'm not...
Time for the crash out.
Give it up, Shoma. I'll say it. The person who killed Kako by making her drink TTX. It was none other than you.
Stop trying to be Phoenix Wright with the nonsense.
Shoma
The Genzaki. Got him. But why, Shoma? Now you got me all anxious and shit.
Well, you didn't hear it last time. Just let me worry about it.
Takumi, you got a few things wrong, but for the most part, you were correct. It was me. I killed Kako. Grr. Back off, Ima. You promised. So, which parts did I get wrong? The entire premise, to begin with. I did not kill her of my own volition. I was ordered to do so by a certain someone. Let's call this person X for now. Stop trying to make excuses for yourself. I'm telling the truth. Please believe me. Tell us more about this order you received. Just before dawn on day 26, I woke up to someone tapping on my cheek. When I opened my eyes, X was there, right in front of me. Do you know who this X was? You didn't lock the door? I did. I think X was already hiding inside before I came in. Under the bed or something. What did X say? X said...
I killed Gaku and intend to make you my next target.
Unless...
But I'll let you off if you follow my instruction. If you go against me or tell the others about my existence, I'll blow up the bomb inside your body immediately. Yes. The bomb planted in all of your bodies by that robot known as Seaway.
Oh, damn. And that would have been a final death because it would have went boom, and then the revival-matic we wouldn't have gotten there in time.
Right.
Just who is this X person? I don't know. They were wearing a long black poncho. They wore a mask over their face and used a voice changer to hide their real voice. That sounds like the fake stabber you made up to fool us. I mean, it's true I wasn't stabbed by a person of that description, but that person definitely exists. What happened after that? I followed X's instructions. I didn't want to be killed the way Gaku had been. X came up with the entire plan. They told me about the ladder shaft, escape pod hangar, and ventilation shaft. The tetrodotoxin. It was X who obtained that bottle of TTX too. After that, I simply asked Kaku to meet me using the script X had prepared. What did the script say? To speak to her on the afternoon of day 26. Kako, I know about the storeroom and the escape pod too. I did some research in the library and found a way to open the cockpit and launch the pod into space. So would you like to escape from this academy together with me and Ima? If so, come with Ima to the gym tonight at 2 a.m. The plan was to kill not just Kako, but Ima as well. Because they were the only other people who knew about the storeroom. Killing them both at the same time in a locked room would make their death seem like suicide. But only Kako showed up at the gym at the specified time. 2 a.m. Why? Kako said this. I haven't told my dear brother what you told me yet. First, I need to verify whether your information is authentic or not. If it's true, then we set off tomorrow. But to keep it a secret from my dear brother, alright? I want to surprise him. I hesitated to execute the plan because she had showed up alone. But X also told me...
If you chicken out and do nothing, I'll still blow you up.
So I passed Kako a water bottle mixed with TTX. Takumi more or less covered what happened after that until I returned to the school building. Except I had not foreseen that my backpack would get torn along the way. Why would you leave the bottle of TTX in the room, though, where she could get her hand on it? Oh, I guess to make it look like a suicide.
Yeah.
After returning to the first floor of the school building, I was at a loss because I didn't know what I was supposed to do about Ima. It was going to be difficult to kill him because the sun had already risen by then. Suddenly, X appeared again.
Ima probably knows about the ventilation shaft. If he spills the beans, they'll all know Kako didn't die in a locked room. They'll start investigating the case as a murder instead of assuming it was a suicide. The morning announcement will be playing soon. You won't make it back to the roof in time. Somebody will realize you were out and about before dawn. But rest assured, for if you do as I say, you'll never even make it to the suspect list.
That's why you went to the back of the building and... Yes, I had been left with no other choice. But I was hesitant right up until the moment I injected myself with gamma fuel. Once I did that, it was as if my sense of fear completely evaporated. Oh, X gave me the gamma fuel as well, along with a knife and syringe. I'm pretty sure X must have been the one to collect the knife and syringe that I dropped after I did the deed. Because I know I definitely didn't retrieve them. His story thus told, Shoma slumped his shoulders and bowed his head deeply. The silence that followed stretched on until Hideko finally spoke up. I just have one last question, Shoma. Do the words back or heart ring any bells? Back or heart? No, I have no idea. Thank you. Your reaction was the answer I needed. I guess that's that. Takumi? Yeah, X must have done it. If Shoma wasn't involved in that particular affair. Everyone was looking at us in confusion. Probably because nobody knew that someone had stolen the hearts from the dead bodies. Then Shoma started trembling like a leaf, as if he suddenly remembered something. Oh no, that's it. I'm gone for it. I told you about X. The bomb inside me is going to blow up now. Nothing's happening. Did this X person lie to you? I think they must have. An amateur that can't possibly make a detonator for the bomb in our bodies. Only someone with my level of skill and experience. So Mr. Ginzaki won't be executed? Then I'll do it myself. I'll kill you. I'll tear you limb from limb. Ima let out a guttural roar and charged towards Shoma too quickly that nobody had time to react. He shoved Shoma to the ground, clambered on top of him, and started strangling him so hard it almost seemed like he might rip his head off.
Go to hell!
I mean, let him.
No!
Ima, yes. I ran over in a panic and pulled Ima off. Shoma had fainted, but was frothing at his mouth. Yukabu darted over and conducted a quick
He's
check.
fine. Just passed out.
Damn it! Damn it, dear sister! My dear sister!
After that heartbreaking outburst, Ima simply collapsed on the spot. Nozomi and Tsubasa rushed over and started comforting him. Everybody else was at a loss. I simply staring quietly at Ima as they stood rooted to the spot. The sound of Ima's pained wails echoed coldly and endlessly through the walls of the building. But X is still here.
Yep.
And it's still somebody.
Well.
We moved the unconscious Shoma into a cage in the courtyard and made sure it was properly locked. Once that was done, I shoved the key deep inside my pocket. Everyone returned to the rooms without saying another word. I soon found myself completely alone. Looking up at the night sky, I thought about what had happened.
Oh no.
Kako's case had been solved, but that didn't mean it was all over. Someone out there killed Gaku and instructed Shoma to kill Kako. This was likely the same person who had been stealing hearts from the bodies in the morgue. X, the real mastermind behind this entire string of events. I had to find out who this person was, by hook or by crook. And I would, no matter what I did. I clenched my fists tightly. I would let nothing shake me from this firm resolve. Just day 51. It's just the next day.
Get ready, prepare, be ready to give your...
Yeah.
Guys! Wake up! Something's happened!
Oh, come on! Upon hearing that loud cry, I dashed out of my room.
Is he exploded?
What happened? What's going on? I was up so early, so I went to check on Shoma, and... Shoma, what happened to him? Just come with me quickly. We all knew where we were going. Everyone made a mad dash for the courtyard together. We ran through the second floor hallway and burst into the courtyard, then ran toward the cage without stopping. There we saw...
Shoma!
Gosha grabbed the gate and tried to open it. It is still locked and will not budge.
It is still locked and will not budge. Doesn't Takumi have the key?
Hold on, I'll unlock it now.
I dug the key out of my pocket and slotted it into the keyhole. Once the gate was unlocked, I opened it and went inside. I immediately ran to Shoma and touched his neck, checking for a pulse. At that moment, something felt a little off.
Sweat.
What?
I touched his clothes and they were wet as well.
Well, is he alive or not?
I already checked that. As you can clearly see, he's already...
Maybe we can still revive him if we bring him to the infirmary like last time.
As I touched the body, I already knew too much time had passed. But I decided to go along with it anyway.
Yeah, we should try that.
Oh, the way that sounded like he just sounds like suspicious done.
Mm-hmm.
Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 51 between 2 and 5 a.m. Multiple stab wounds to the chest and abdomen. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade about 8 inches long. So much time passed since death is prescribed to go in the president's body, impossible to revive. Monitor. Hell's going on. Alright. We're gonna save and call it here. As always, thank you all for watching, and if you're enjoying the series and you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, follow me on Twitch, ArkNoah3. And if you want to help support the channel, check out my Patreon link in the description. For just $1 a month, you can help support me bringing the best content that I can.
Till then.